What is up, everybody? This is Killer K-Rail, and I'm reporting live from my apartment, and it has been far too long that I have done a Facebook Live, so I'm going to be doing one today. I think the last one I did is after I did the Prolon Fasting Mimicking Diet. So, I am going to address something today that is very valuable to information to give to you people, and that is 5 tips to prevent holiday weight gain. Because let's face it, nobody wants to gain weight during the holidays, except for me, because I'm in a bulk up phase right now. But on the average, we try to make it through the holidays without gaining too much weight or trying to stay the same. So I have some smoking gun tips I'm going to get to in a minute, and I'm going to unveil them to you. But before we get there, it's the middle of the afternoon and it's time for a movement break. And remember, you should do a movement break every 1 to 2 hours that you sit down throughout the day. So for some of you people who are desk jockeys who have to sit for long periods of time on your computers, you tend to get round shoulders, okay? So we're going to step back there in my living room, and I'm going to open my living room up to all of you, and we're going to do a little quick movement break. And I just came upon this 5 minutes ago before I started writing the notes up for this Facebook Live. So let's go back there, and let's do some movement, and let's fix your posture and your brain function all rolled into one. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to stand with our feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to move our arms out to our sides like this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop this arm, and we're going to do a side bend. And we're going to lift this arm straight up in the air as high as we can. We're going to reach for the sky. And we're only going to hold that for a split second, and now we're going to reverse it. And we're going to reach for the sky again. Notice my legs are straight. Okay, now we're going to bring our arms back to here. We're going to windmill ourselves to this direction right here, spine rotation. And we're going to reach our hand to the middle of our feet, and we're going to stretch this arm above us. Then we're going to come up, and we're going to spine rotate ourselves this way, and then we're going to go this way. I want you to look up at your fingers up here. Okay, now we're going to put it all together in a smooth motion. You can stand with your feet a little bit wider if you want as well. Okay, here we go. Side bend to the other side. Arms back to the T position. Spine rotation, windmill spin this way. Come back up, turn, windmill this way. Back to your starting position one more time. Side bend, reach, arms out, turn, down, reach, back up, turn, reach, back up. There we go. I feel like $1 million. We did 3 of those. I'm actually worked up a sweat. Let me take my jacket off. I didn't work up a sweat, but I got warm. Okay, 5 tips to prevent holiday weight gain. Number 1. Do some form of fasting every single day of the week. I got some kind of junk on my screen. How do I get rid of it? All right, well, it's going to have to stay there. Okay, you don't have to get super elaborate with fasting, but let's face it, fasting is a big deal these days. I love fasting. I'm a coach when it comes to fasting, and here's what I'm telling you. If you can shrink your eating window to 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and you can start earlier in the afternoon and finish earlier in the evening or late afternoon, you're going to benefit yourself big time, and you're going to prevent weight gain like you wouldn't believe. If you can somehow finagle 2 24-hour fasts in the week between Christmas and New Year's, and you eat everything in sight all the rest of the days, you probably will maintain your weight. I'm not promising you that. I'm just telling you, fasting is a smoking gun. I highly suggest doing some form of intermittent fasting every day, or try to fit a 24-hour fast in somewhere between Christmas and New Year's. Even one. If you do that once, it's going to have a big impact on you being able to maintain your weight and not gain a ton of pounds. I'm not going to go into the specifics about how to do that because it really doesn't matter. If you can pull that off, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be really, really beneficial to prevent weight gain. Now, ideally, if you can fast for 16 hours a day, every single day, including the days that you're going to be eating and drinking more than normal, you're probably going to be able to maintain your weight or not gain a single pound, all right? So incorporate some form of fasting in your day through the holiday season. Okay. Tip number 2, work out in a fasted state. I suggest you do that every single day. I suggest you do it anyway. But if you've never done it before, I highly suggest you do it this week between Christmas and New Year's. Work out in a fasted state. And when I say a fasted state, I'm talking about try to work out first thing in the morning after fasting for 10 to 12 hours previously, including sleep. Yes, sleep is counted in the fasting cycle. That's the brilliance of it. If you can get up in the morning after a fasted state, drink some water, go to the gym, hit the weights, do 1 to 1.5 hours of exercise in a fasted state, you're going to do yourself justice. It's going to boost your metabolism. You're going to be able to burn fat for energy. If you work out in a fasted state for a long period of time, 1 to 2 months, your body is going to become fat adapted and you're going to burn more calories around the clock, which is ultimately the goal. And perhaps if you do that now, near the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, that could set you up for the long term, which is try to work out in a fasted state all the time and get your body to a point where it's a fat burning machine. So my suggestion is try to do that at least for the week of the holidays, the big holidays between Christmas and New Year's, and you can't go wrong, okay? Work out in a fasted state, empty stomach, water only, bang, 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 bang. That's going to help you prevent weight gain during the holidays. Okay, tip number 3. This is a smoking gun biohack, and a lot of people like to jump into cold water and cold showers and like icy pools and things like that these days, and they're always bragging to me about all these crazy things they're doing in the cold weather. I really don't care. I like to go around and roll around in the snow with board shorts on for a couple minutes. What I'm suggesting you do is expose your body to cold. That's the bottom line. When you expose your body to cold, your metabolism is going to go up. And you're going to sleep like a rock, and you're going to sleep better, and when you sleep better, you burn more calories efficiently while you're sleeping, metabolism goes up, and you're going to have, your joints are going to feel better, your brain function is going to be higher, your mood is going to be better, and you're just going to feel a lot better all around. Now, if you do that after a workout, and you expose your body to cold, and go for a walk after your workout outside, which I do every single day, I walk out of the gym with my shorts on, and people say, you're crazy, you don't have a jacket on. I'm like, so what? It doesn't matter. I'm outside for 2 to 5 minutes. What's the big deal? So if you can schedule cold exposure to your body every single day, even in short bouts, 1 to 2 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day, like if you just go for a walk right now instead of doing that movement break I just told you to do, you're going to feel this huge amount of energy rush through your brain, and you're going to feel a mood boost, and you're going to be able to concentrate better on your work and everything else. Remember, we go back to point A. Always do a movement break every 1 to 2 hours throughout the day, so you have plenty of opportunities to expose your body to cold temperatures. If you want to do the cold shower, that's fine. I'm not particularly into the cold showers or jumping into cold water because for some reason my skin is really sensitive to that stuff. But I can walk around without a jacket all the time, and that's my medium of choice when it comes to exposing my body to cold. But I highly suggest you do a little bit of that. That's your tip number 3. Number 4, schedule your eating as early as possible in the day. Now I know if your Aunt Gertrude says, come on over for New Year's Eve dinner, and we're starting at 8 o'clock at night, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so late. It's out of your control when it comes to Aunt Gertrude's dinner, okay? But if you're having the party and you're scheduling it, invite your friends over literally at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because let's face it, nobody comes on time anyway. If you say 3 o'clock, eyebrows are going to go in the air. But if everybody's off from work, which they should be anyway, because we work too much as people, we need to take some time to relax and love people and like look them in the eye and have more human connection. Tell them 3 o'clock, and then people will start filtering in at 3:15, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And by the time everybody's there, it's going to be like 5 in the afternoon. So, what I'm telling you is this. Late night eating is the devil. Late night drinking is the devil. Anything you do late at night when it comes to food or beverages or calories is the devil. That is the biggest problem we gain weight. I'm telling you right now. I promise you that. I talked about this on a podcast about a month ago, and I can't stress it enough. Late night eating is the worst thing you could possibly do to your body. If you're trying to gain muscle, if you're trying to burn fat, if you're trying to improve your brain function, sexual function, hormone function, eating late at night will destroy it all. And when you do that all the time, just think of the impact that could have. It's bad. So if you can take that meal and shove it back in the afternoon a little bit farther, your body is going to react much better to it because our organs work on circadian rhythms. And the earlier in the day that you eat your junk food and have your beverages and have your food and your cake and your cookies and your alcohol and all these other things, the more efficiently it's going to be able to burn all that stuff and process it. And then you want to be able to sleep uncontested, I call it. And if you eat right before you go to bed, even if it's something healthy, you're not going to sleep uncontested. You're going to have a situation going on in your body where there's like this butting of heads going on, and you're not going to be able to tap into your body's mechanisms that help you burn fat efficiently, and it's going to be reversed. You're going to gain weight. That's why eating late at night is so bad. So try to finish as early as you can. Okay? If I gave you an actual time, I would say try to be completely wrapped up by 7 p.m., no later than that. All right? Ideally, it's earlier. But if 7 p.m. is all you got, 7 p.m. is what you got. So, remember that one. That's a smoking gun. Okay? All right. Number 5. And this is a big one. This might get a lot of these out there, and I don't care. Try to prepare your own food and bring it to your gatherings. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of the looks you're going to get, and don't be afraid of what people are going to say. In fact, if you make a smorgasbord of healthy dishes and you bring them with you to an event or to a party, I guarantee people are going to be asking questions about it, and they're going to want to try it themselves. You may even chip yourself out of food because if they taste your yummy, healthy food, you may not have enough left for yourself to satisfy your hunger. So be careful about that. But don't be afraid to make your own stuff and bring it with you. No one's going to judge you and say, you know what? Screw you, you're not my friend anymore because you brought your own food to my event. No, it's actually gentlemanly and womanly to make things and bring them to a party, right? That's etiquette. It's common 101 etiquette. So, prepare your own stuff, bring your own stuff. You know exactly what's in it, you know how much there is, and then you've got nothing to worry about right there, okay? If you can do that, pull it off. Now, I have to give you a bonus tip. I said 5, that was 5 right there. Bonus tip number 6 is this. Let me get a drink of water before I go into this, because it has to do with drinking. Okay, speaking of drinking, it's really simple. Get really, really, really close to the screen. I know there's always this time where I tell you, get close to the screen. Get close to the screen, get your ear close, because you got to listen to me very carefully. Please, I beg you, don't drink so much alcohol. Okay? It's that simple. People come to me all the time. I train people and I work with people, and they're like, oh man, I'm trying so hard to lose weight and I just can't do it, and blah, blah, blah. And the first question I ask them, did you give up alcohol? Well, I'm not giving up alcohol. I'm like, okay, well, when you're serious, come back to me. And I will tell you how you can fit alcohol into your diet and have it and still be merry at the same time and still lose weight, or at least maintain weight. Remember, if we can maintain weight here, that's the key thing. We're not looking to lose weight during the holiday season. And I'm not telling you to be, some kind of elitist and give up every single thing that you like to do during the year when it comes to diet and eating and drinking, okay? But it's always the alcohol that kills people and knocks people down and backwards. If you can just regulate the amount of alcohol you drink, it's going to be a golden ticket for you, okay? Now, let's talk about the problems with alcohol. Number 1, it slows down your metabolism. We want to do everything we can to boost our metabolism, and we don't want to fight ourselves. Drinking excessive amounts of alcohol is going to slow your metabolism down because a metabolic process occurs in your body where that just happens. If your metabolism is slow, you're not burning calories efficiently, and you're gaining fat and you're gaining weight. Done deal right there. Okay, alcohol is empty calories. Empty calories are meaningless. It's like soda. Soda is bad for you. It's high in sugar. It's high in processed artificial ingredients, and your body can't process it well. Metabolism slows down. Empty calories come in. Guess what happens? We gain weight. We get fat. We don't want that to happen. Alcohol is empty calories. No good. It spikes your blood sugar through the roof. It has a form of substance called galactose, which is a form of carbohydrate that spikes your blood sugar through the roof. When blood sugar goes high, insulin goes high. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. Do the math. It causes weight gain. Okay? Alcohol lowers your inhibitions. And when it lowers your inhibitions, you may do things like reach for, that plate of cookies or the, Chex Mix or something like that. And you might need an abundance of food that you don't normally eat. So we don't want to do that. Alcohol mars your ability to think properly, and you may reach for things that you don't normally want to eat. You may not even be hungry. You may be just doing it because it's there, it's available. So that's another reason why alcohol is so bad. It also messes with your sleep patterns. And like I said earlier, you want to be able to sleep sound as a rock as much as you possibly can, because it's during sleep that human growth hormone is released, which is a recovery hormone, which helps you build muscle faster, and it helps your hormones, other hormones, come into balance, and it helps you burn fat efficiently. So if we drink too much and our sleep is altered and we're waking up and falling asleep every few minutes throughout the night, we're not going to get a good clean sleep, and it's going to lead to weight gain. That's another reason why alcohol is no good. Okay, alcohol also jacks up your hormones. It sends ghrelin and leptin in all different directions. Ghrelin is your hunger stimulating hormone, and leptin is your hunger satiating hormone. We want those hormones in balance. And when you drink excessively, they're just like this, all over the place. And the next day you tend to be like really hungry sometimes after a night of drinking because ghrelin is spiked. And what do? We eat a whole ton of food the next day. So that's a secondary problem of alcohol. So it's empty calories, it's a lot of calories, it plays tricks on your insulin levels, and it screws you up the next day with your hormones. And I might also add, alcohol takes testosterone and it shoves it in the ground and it puts dirt over top of it and it stomps on it. That is bad, okay? When testosterone is low, our metabolism slows down and we start to break down muscle. It's called catabolism. We don't want to break down muscle. Muscle is a very highly metabolic tissue in the body, and we want to have as much as we can and preserve as much as we can. And when we drink too much, testosterone goes down, fat burning goes down, metabolism goes down, and it's just this huge slippery slope and cavalcade of junk that we don't want to deal with, okay? So that's all the reasons why alcohol is bad. I'm not telling you not to drink. So if you're all going to drink, just do it. Remember the 1-to-1 ratio. For every alcoholic beverage you drink, have 1 glass of water. Alcoholic beverage, 1 glass of water. And remember to honor that late night thing. And I know that's going to be hard, especially on New Year's when everyone wants to do a toast at midnight. Okay, I'll give you that get out of jail free card right there. Have your drink at midnight, but alternate the water and the alcohol and try to pace yourself, okay? Remember, life is all about moderation. It's not about too much of anything. If you have too much kale salad, it's not going to be good for you. If you have too many organic chicken breasts that are made on a biodynamic farm out in New Zealand somewhere, that's not going to be good for you either. And if you eat too many beans, that's not going to be good for you. And it's not going to be good for those around you as well. I might add, and I might warn you. And obviously, if you have too much alcohol, it's not going to be good. So if you have 1 or 2 drinks, totally fine. Try to keep it at that. Pace yourself and just do some smart things. So, I rambled on long enough. It's time for me to go. This is Killer K-Rail. Those are 5 of my smoking gun tips on how to prevent weight gain during the holidays, and I gave you the bonus tip on alcohol. Don't forget to do your movement break, which we did back there, which I might add was really good for the whole entire body, and it was also a cross-body pattern. We crossed the midline multiple times, so it fires up your brain function too. Neurological load, baby. That's where the ticket is at, right there. This is Killer K-Rail. Have a wonderful holiday season. Have a great New Year's. Don't even wait until January 1st to get things kick-started with your resolutions. If it's a thought right now, get it in motion. Make it happen right now. Now, in the present moment, is the best time that you're ever going to find, ever. Okay. Also, make sure to get at least 8 hugs for 8 seconds every single day. Pick up at least 1 piece of trash. Always think in the present moment. And do at least 1 good deed every day without any expectation of anything in return. Until next time, this is Killer K-Rail, reporting live